They say the dead rest quietly, but when I buried my wife, she didn't rest, because at her grave a boy appeared, barefoot, dusty, and looked me in the eye. He called me Baba, and in that moment, everything I thought I buried dug itself back up. My name is Chief Bako Mandere. To some, I was a king, a millionaire, a man who climbed out of the gutters and built towers. But to her, to Naya, I was just the man who left. We met when I was still hungry for everything: money, status, power. And Nia, she was home. Her laugh, her stillness. They held me together when the world fell apart. She stood by me through failure, through hunger, through hopelessness. She didn't wait for better days. She made the hard days livable. And when success came, I moved to the city. She didn't come with me. These trees, this earth, this village, they're my soul, she told me. I called her small-minded. She called me heartless. I left, sent money, stopped calling. Eventually, she stopped answering. Years passed. I married someone else in the city, more of a business deal than a marriage. Then one day, the call came. She was gone. I flew to Alanga for the funeral. Not out of love, but obligation. The village didn't welcome me. People looked at me like a stain on her memory. And honestly, they weren't wrong. At the grave, as the soil swallowed her coffin, I felt nothing until he appeared. A boy, skin dark from the sun, wearing cracked shoes, standing beside the grave like he belonged there more than I did. And then he said it. "Baba, why didn't you come back?" I turned. "Who are you?" I asked. "Toby," he said. "Nia was my mother. I am your son." I laughed. It was absurd, but he didn't blink. He pulled out a letter, worn, yellowed, my name on the front, in Nia's handwriting. "If I'm gone when you read this, know that our son will come looking for you. Give him the truth, even if it hurts." And the boy, he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Mama said you used to smile before the city swallowed your heart." I wanted to see it myself. I didn't sleep that night. The air in Alanga was heavy, like it remembered what I forgot. I visited her house, the one I built long ago. The roof sagged, the paint had peeled, but the floor was swept. The dishes were clean, like someone still honored that space. I found a tin box beneath her bed. Letters, sketches, receipts for medicine, and a drawing of a man and boy holding hands. I didn't recognize myself in the picture. I began to ask around. The neighbor told me she sold her necklace to buy medicine. The clinic nurse said she fainted in the field, hadn't eaten in 2 days. The teacher told me Toby once came to school barefoot, said he didn't want new shoes, said his father would bring them himself one day. She waited for me. Even as she died, she waited. But something started to bother me. Toby looked like Nia, no doubt, but did he look like me? I needed to know. So I sent for a test, a DNA test. I didn't tell him. One evening, I asked him, "What did your mother say about me?" He said, "She said you were the only man she ever loved, but you chose buildings over people." That night, he gave me food, served me with both hands. I said, "Thank you." He replied, "Mama taught me not to hate strangers." That one stung. Then the envelope came. I sat in my room, shaking. I opened it, and there it was, negative. He wasn't my son, not by blood. I read it 3 times, still not mine, but it didn't feel like relief. It felt like heartbreak. That night I returned to her grave, kneeled in the dirt like a child, whispered, "You knew, didn't you? He wasn't mine, but you gave him my name anyway." And then I broke. My chest shook, tears fell. For the first time in years, I cried. Toby was there. He sat beside me. He said, "Mama told me the truth. She didn't want you to live without someone calling you Baba. She said, if you loved me anyway, then maybe you still had something good left in you." I left the next morning, didn't say goodbye, left him money, enough to change his life. He never used it. He gave it to the school, the clinic, the church. He built a small house beside her grave. He became a teacher, and me, I returned to my silence, to my glass towers, to empty rooms and unread letters. But I read hers now, over and over. One line haunts me. You don't become a father by blood, Bako. You become one by choosing love, over and over again. But I didn't choose, I doubted, I delayed, and now it's too late. They say the rich die surrounded by gold, but bury me next to her. So I can hear that boy call me Baba, even though I never truly was. If this story touched you, comment one thing you learned. Like if you felt the pain. Tag someone who needs to hear this truth. Subscribe for more African stories that echo in the heart.